Hi there, I'm Aki from Aki Gaming, and welcome to another episode of My Waifu or Husbando is Better Than Yours. Each episode, we will be putting two heroes into the spotlight and see who reigns supreme over the other. First, they will be judged by all of their attributes, which includes their stats, weapons, skill, etc. Then, we will put them into a battle simulator and see who's the better one when head-on. Not only that, we will be also giving them their best possible skill build and put them into the ultimate mass battle showdown to see who will be crowned the winner of My Waifu or Husbando is Better Than Yours. Let's not wait any longer and introduce our contestants. Standing on the left corner, the ruler of the Kingdom of Burn, the delusional king that allies with Dragon, the liberator, Zephiel! And standing on the right corner, the arch nemesis of Ike, the strongest knight of the Dian's army, the sinister Black Knight! Ever since the release of the Black Knight, there's a huge debate over the internet on who's the better unit among the two. And before we head into our usual program, and let's have a look at what the internet has to say about them. From Team Zephiel. From Team Black Knight. By the way, as a fan service, okay, I should stop before it gets contagious. So there you go, the battle between the two best raid armored units, Akasax vs Alondai. Who will be the best husbando? Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to rumble? Round 1, Stats and Skills. Let's start with their base stats total. Zephiel has a BST of 168, and Black Knight's BST is 169. Black Knight opens the scoring. What about their rating after weapons and skills? Zephiel's total rating is 184, and Black Knight is 185. Another point to Black Knight. Next is their hit points. Zephiel has 55 HP and Black Knight has 48. Zephiel finally scores 1-2. Let's look at their attack now. Zephiel's attack is 35 plus 16 and Black Knight is 34 plus 16. 2-2. What about their speed? Who is the faster unit among the two? Zephiel's speed is 16 and Black Knight is 34. Black Knight takes the lead again, 2-3. Now let's look at their defense. Zephiel has 38 points in defense and Black Knight has 35. Zephiel once again equalized. Next, their resistance to magical damage. Zephiel has a resistance of 24 and Black Knight has 18. 4-3. Currently, after looking at their stats, Zephiel is leading by 1 point. But the Black Knight still could make a comeback with his weapon and skills. But first, let's look at their weapon. Zephiel uses the Akasax that has a might of 16. It also inflicts a -4 defense on foes within 2 spaces at the start of each turn. As for Black Knight, he wields the Blast Sword Alondai that also has a might of 16, but with the ability to counter-attack disregarding distance of foe. Whose weapon is better? Of course, it's the one which could counter all range. 4-4. Next, their special. Zephiel has Repriser, a special that grants bonus to damage dealt equal to 30% of the damage suffered with a low cooldown cost of 2. On the other hand, Black Knight has the Black Luna, which resolves combat as if foe suffered a -80% defense and resistance with a cooldown cost of 3. I don't think it takes a genius to figure out which special is better. 4-5 to Black Knight. Now to their passive. Let's start with passive A. Zephiel has Life and Death that grants the holder a +5 attack and speed in exchange for -5 defense and resistance. And Black Knight, he has Steady Stance that grants him a +6 defense when being attacked. According to the skills tier ranking, Life and Death is rank S, and Steady Stance is rank A. Zephiel equalized again. And what's left is passive B. Let's start with Zephiel. he has Wary Fighter that prevents foe from making a follow-up attack if his HP is more than 50%. As for Black Knight, he has Wings of Mercy that enables him to warp adjacent to ally if their HP is 50% or less. Which skill has the higher ranking? It seems Wary Fighter is a S rank skill, and Wings of Mercy is rank A. Zephiel takes the last point, which means with a score of 6 against 5, the winner of round 1 is Zephiel! So intense! I think this is by far the closest matchup we ever had. It's a little beyond my expectation, to be honest. Anyway, let's move on to round 2, head-on fight. For this segment, I'm going to use the FEH damage calculator by Kagero chart. First, we're just going to let them brawl with their default skills, IV with no buff. Let's have a look at the result. It seems no one gets to take down their opponent with their default build, mainly due to their high defense. Even though Black Knight has the speed, but he was prevented to make a follow-up attack by Wary Fighter. It's a draw. How about we give them their recommended skill build? For Zephiel, Akasak, Distant Counter, Wary Fighter, Panic Ploy, Bonfire. For Black Knight, Alondite, Steady Breath, Quick Repose, Panic Ploy, and Black Luna. And the result? Still no 1-round KO. Even with Black Luna triggered, Black Knight was still not able to take down the Liberator. However, if the fight drags on to the second or third round, Black Knight would have the advantage. And since it's a 1-round duel, I have to declare this round to be a draw. Before we proceed to the final segment, let's recap back the results. Zephiel has 1 win and 1 draw compared to Black Knight that has only 1 draw. Could Black Knight win the last round to force a draw, or would it be Zephiel that claims the title? Let's find out in round 3, Mass Battle. For this round, we will be using the Mass Battle calculator by Andu Krandu to calculate how effective are they against all the other heroes. Whoever gets the most kill is the winner. First, we will calculate the result with their default build. And the result? Zephiel draws 60, loses 23, and wins 93. What about Black Knight? He draws 13, loses 21, and wins 142. Black Knight has nearly 50 more kills than Zephiel while initiating. What a huge difference. What if they defend first? Would Zephiel be able to perform better? The result? Zephiel draws 50, loses 13, and wins 113. As for Black Knight, he draws 27, loses 21, and wins 128. Once again, Black Knight has more kills. Hence, the default fight goes to Black Knight. Now, let's move on to their best build. Who will win this time? The result? Zephiel draws 20, loses 14, and wins 142. As for Black Knight, he draws 13, loses 24, and wins 139. Zephiel gets 3 more kills than Black Knight. What if they defend first? Will the result be the same? Let's have a look. Zephiel draws 28, loses 9, and wins 139. As for Black Knight, he draws 7, loses 10, and wins 159. This time, Black Knight gets more kill. And if you add up both initiation and defense, the best build fight will go to Black Knight. Just for fun, shall we have a look at the result if they have a Horn Armor buff? When initiating, Zephiel draws 11, loses 12, and wins 153. As for Black Knight, he draws 4, loses 16, and wins 156. When defending, Zephiel draws 16, loses 7, and wins 153. And for Black Knight, he draws 3, loses 3, and wins 170. What's a better word than impressive? Anyway, with that, the third round goes to Black Knight. Which means, ladies and gentlemen, the result of this episode, My Waifu or Husbando, is better than yours, concluded in a draw. Whoa, I sure did not expect the match would end this way. Who would have thought the King of Burn would match up to the strength of the sinister general? Even though Black Knight might have the higher kill count, but Zephiel's superior stats and skill managed to deny him the title. So, what's your thought on the result? Who do you think should have been the better Husbando? Let's discuss. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to Aki Gaming for more interesting content like this. You could also leave a comment below to suggest who would you like to feature in a future episode. By the way, I've just started a Patreon page in order to get a little more funding on my content creation. It would mean a lot to me if you decided to support me as a patron. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you same time next week.